A looming humanitarian catastrophe. Europe condemns Israel's Gaza aid blockade. The humanitarian crisis in Gaza is spiraling towards catastrophe, fueled by Israel's decision to completely cut off the flow of essential aid into the besieged territory. This drastic measure, implemented on Sunday, aims to pressure Hamas into accepting revised ceasefire terms, prioritizing the release of hostages held captive without a corresponding Israeli troop withdrawal. However, this action has drawn sharp condemnation from leading European powers, who warn of potential breaches of international law and a deepening humanitarian disaster. In a powerful joint statement, the foreign ministers of Britain, France, and Germany expressed their profound alarm at Israel's actions. David Lammy, the British Foreign Secretary, alongside his French and German counterparts, unequivocally stated their shared, deep concern regarding the complete cessation of goods and supplies entering Gaza. They emphasized that this blockade risks a blatant violation of international humanitarian law, a principle underpinning the protection of civilian populations in conflict zones. The statement serves as a stark warning to Israel, urging a swift reversal of its policy. It underscores the urgent need for constructive engagement between Israel and Hamas to reignite ceasefire negotiations and address the root causes of the conflict. The ministers' unified stance highlights the severity of the situation and the international community's collective responsibility to prevent further suffering. The deliberate withholding of essential supplies, food, medicine, fuel, and other life-sustaining necessities, constitutes a grave threat to the well-being of millions of Gazans already struggling under the weight of prolonged conflict, infrastructure damage, and economic hardship. This dramatic escalation in the humanitarian crisis follows 15 months of relentless conflict and a pattern of restricted aid delivery. Throughout this protracted period, Benjamin Netanyahu's government repeatedly dismissed claims from aid agencies alleging deliberate obstruction of humanitarian aid. While official statements attributed the limited aid flow to various factors, the current total blockade leaves no room for such explanations. The scale of the current action represents a stark departure from previous limitations, exposing a deliberate strategy to exert maximum pressure on the civilian population. The international community is facing a critical juncture. The collective silence in the face of such blatant disregard for international humanitarian law risks complicity in the unfolding tragedy. The foreign minister's statement serves as a crucial first step, demanding accountability and pressing for immediate action to avert a catastrophic humanitarian breakdown. The focus must now shift from rhetoric to concrete action. International organizations must be given unfettered access to deliver essential aid to Gaza, bypassing the imposed blockade. Simultaneously, diplomatic efforts must intensify to facilitate meaningful negotiations between Israel and Hamas, leading to a sustainable ceasefire and addressing the underlying grievances fueling this protracted conflict. The consequences of inaction are dire. The Gaza Strip, already facing severe shortages of essential resources, is teetering on the brink of a complete humanitarian collapse. Widespread starvation, disease outbreaks, and a collapse of essential services are imminent possibilities. The international community bears a moral imperative to prevent this impending catastrophe, and the unequivocal condemnation expressed by Britain, France, and Germany provides a crucial foundation for concerted international action. The time for diplomacy and decisive intervention is now. Failure to act decisively will only exacerbate the suffering of innocent civilians and risk igniting further instability in an already volatile region. The world must stand united in demanding an end to the blockade and a commitment to a lasting peace that respects international law and the fundamental rights of all peoples. This is not merely a geopolitical conflict. It is a humanitarian emergency demanding immediate and decisive action from the international community. The lives of millions hang in the balance.